So again continuing with the sociology and the social anthropology. So we were at the topic sociology and the social anthropology. Continuing with this, in your books it has been given that the unequal relationship between those who studied and those who were studied as not remarked upon too often earlier, but the times have changed, and we have the erstwhile natives, be they Indian or Sudanese, Nagas or the Santhals, and who now speak and write about their own societies. The anthropologists of the past documented the details of the simple societies apparently in a neutral scientific fashion. So in practice, they were constantly comparing those societies with the model of the Western modern societies, that is also as the benchmark. Means anthropologists, they in the past documented details simple societies apparently provided the neutral scientific fashion, that is the fashion scientific fashion, and also in practice they were constantly comparing those societies with the model of the Western modern societies. Means they are comparing the societies with the models of the Western modern societies, which are regarded to be as the benchmark. Then other changes have also redefined the nature of the sociology and your social anthropology. Modernity, as we saw, led to a process whereby the smallest village was impacted by global processes, and the most obvious example is your colonism. So example here is given of the colonism. Then the most remote village of India under the British colonism saw its land law and the administration change, its revenue extraction alters, and its manufacturing industries collapse. Means the remote village of the India under the British colonism, they have seen what? They have seen about that their land laws and their administration, it has been changed, their revenue extractions, it also has been altered, means changed, and its manufacturing industries, they have been collapsed, means ruined. Then today is the distinction between the simple society and a complex one itself, which needs the major rethinking, and India itself is the complex mixture of traditions and modernity. So we can say that the distinction is your difference between the simple society and the complex one itself needs the major rethinking. Simple society and the congested, or you can say complex one, we have to take the distinction, we have to see the difference between it, and it is also the major rethinking, it is itself to be the major rethinking. And India itself is a complex mix of the tradition and the modernity. We can say that India is full of the mixture of tradition and the modernity, of the village and the city, of caste and tribe, as there is so many castes, and people follow different castes, they belong to different class, and your community also. So it is the mixture of the traditions, modernity, caste, tribe, class, and villages nestle right in the heart of the capital city of Delhi. As the capital of India is Delhi, so village nestle it is where it is. It is right in the heart of the capital city of the Delhi, and the call center serves the European and the American clients from different towns of the country. So Indian sociology has been far more eclectic in borrowing both from both the traditions. Means they're far behind in borrowing from both the traditions. So Indian sociologists often studied the Indian societies that were both part of and not of the one's own culture. So we can also say that it could be dealing with both the complex differentiated societies of urban modern India as well as the study of the tribes in a holistic fashion. Means it could also be the dealings with both the complex differentiated societies, that is your urban modern India, urban societies, that is your cities, people living in the cities, as well as the study of the tribes is a holistic fashion. Then it has been feared that with the decline of the simple societies, social anthropology would lose its specificity and merge with the sociology. Merge here means to combine, to join with the sociology. So, however, there have been fruitful interchanges between the two disciplines, and today often the methods and the techniques are drawn from both. And there have been the anthropological studies of the state and the globalization, which are very different from the traditional subject matter of social anthropology. So on the other hand, sociology too has been using the quantitative and the qualitative techniques, macro and the micro approach, as we have already studied that sociology includes both the quantitative, it is using both the quantitative and the qualitative techniques, your macro and the micro approach, that is also for the studies and the complexities of the modern societies. So as mentioned before, we will in the sense carrying all this discussion in the chapter 5, and for in India, sociology and the social anthropology, it has had a very close relationship. Your contemporary global processes, it have further accentuated the shrinking of the globe, and the assumptions of studying a simple society was that it was bonded, and we know that that is not so today. So the traditional study of simple non-literate societies of this non-literate societies by the social anthropology has a pervasive influence on the content and the subject matter of the discipline. And your social anthropology, it tended to study society in all their aspects as wholes. So traditional study, we can say that it is the simple, it is the non-literate societies by social anthropology. And social anthropology, it tends to study the society, it provides the study of the society, that is your simple societies, in all their aspects as a whole. It provides the study of all the aspects of the society as a whole. And we can say that in so far as they specialized, it was on the basis of the area. As for the example, we can say that is of the Andaman and Andaman Islands. The Newers or your Melanesia's sociologists study the complex focus on the part of the societies like the bureaucracy or religion or caste or a process such as social mobility. So social anthropology was characterized by long field work tradition, that is also living in the community, studied and using the and ethnographic research methods. Sociologists have often relied on the survey method and the quantitative data using statistics and the questionnaire mode. So how do sociologists they work? They do the analysis of the methods. How they do? By doing the survey, you can say that sociologists often rely on the survey method and quantitative data, that is to be used, that is with the help of using your statistics and your questionnaire mode. Questionnaire mode means questions are being there, on the basis of the questions given you can do that. So In this way, sociologists, they do their surveys and analyzes the data that is to be required by them. So with this is all about chapter 1 of sociology and society. With this, your chapter 1 ends. So we'll stop here now with the end of this chapter. Thanks.